Hey everyone, it is Kathleen and welcome back to my channel. Hope you're having a wonderful, magical day. Welcome if you're new, welcome back if you're not. So I had so much fun last time when I went on TikTok and asked you to ask me Harry Potter questions. I felt like you really engaged a lot more with my content, and I felt like I was engaging a lot more with y'all as well. So I figured I'd do another video where I crowdsourced from my TikTok following, and I asked you to send me your favorite Disney characters so that I could sort them into Hogwarts houses. I am a huge Disney fan. Before I loved Harry Potter, Disney had my heart first for magic and amazingness. But yeah, I still love Disney to this day. Harry Potter and Disney, I can't tell you which one I love more. It's there's enough love in my heart for both fandoms and several others as well. But yeah, I'm just blabbering at this point. That's what we're gonna do in this video. I have we had quite a few characters submitted, so I hope to get through all of them and try not to go on too many tangents. No promises though, because you know me. But before we get into today's video, if you haven't already, click that subscribe button and add a little more Lumos to your day. And leave me a comment down below and tell me your favorite Disney character. Alright, I am going to stop talking and let's get straight into the video. Feels like we're missing something to add a little more magic to this. Hang on. Alright, much better. Now we have our mini ears on, I think it's time to get to the sorting. So I have written down all the characters that you submitted on TikTok and put them in a basket. And a lot of you requested the same character, so I originally just wanted to say this character submitted by blank, but there's so many of y'all that requested the same ones, so I'm not going to really list anybody like I did in my questions video, but just know I'm very thankful for you for participating, and I hope that you enjoy this video. So let's go ahead with our first pick. Not gonna look. We have Prince Eric, one of my favorite Disney princes. Well, that's because I love Ariel. So Prince Eric, what house would Prince Eric be in? So he definitely has a lot of bravery. I mean, I don't want to try and sort everybody who's brave into Gryffindor, but he gives off very big Gryffindor vibes because a Gryffindor would definitely go back into a burning ship for their dog and to save the day. I don't know, he's very courageous. Gryffindor. It's not that complicated. Alright, next one. Bambi. Oh, I haven't seen Bambi in so long. I don't want to overcomplicate this. I'm gonna go with Gryffindor because Bambi was pretty brave. Courageous hero story. I don't want to put every main character into Gryffindor. I'm gonna try not to, but I haven't seen Bambi in a long time, so Gryffindor. Alright. We have Spin. We have Spin the reindeer. Most of me just wants to put him into Hufflepuff because he was so loyal to Kristoff and he was doing everything he could for those carrots. So Spin is definitely a Hufflepuff. Alright. Oops, try not to. I did my nails today, so I'm not trying to mess them up. Oh, we have Megara. Yes, or Meg for short, from Hercules. Oh, I love Megara. Oh my gosh. I just recently watched Hercules a couple of months ago, which is recent compared to a lot of the movies I haven't seen recently. I would say that Meg would definitely be, I want to say she's a good Slytherin, because I feel like she has a lot of reservations, but she's also very cunning, very underhanded, for her own survival. So I would say Meg is a Slytherin with a redemption arc. Pocahontas. I love Pocahontas. Oh, I love her so much. I mean, it's hard to not think of anybody but Gryffindor because she was so adamant about seeing what's around the river bend. And while she loved her people, though, she still was very defiant against her father. And she really just wanted to see what was out there outside of her tribe. But she didn't end up staying with her tribe. I don't know. I'm going to say Gryffindor and leave it at that. Alright. Let me find one. Flynn Rider. Now, I've already kind of thought about Flynn. I think that Flynn would definitely be a Slytherin with a redemption arc. Well, I mean, not all Slytherins bad, but, you know, I think he's an example of a good Slytherin because he started out in the beginning, he's like, guys, I want a castle. He's so ambitious, so sneaky, so cunning. He's definitely a little bit reckless like a Gryffindor, but he's definitely has the ambition and cunning of a Slytherin. And he turns out to be really good in the end. So this is a good example of a Slytherin who's not a villain because not all Slytherins are villains. Alright. Next. Quasimodo. I don't know if you're noticing, but I put Mickey's for the eye, dotting the eyes. I got really into making these. So Quasimodo, I would say, is a Gryffindor as well. I know he's the main character, but he definitely defies Frodo. What's his name? I don't care. And he doesn't stay in the tower. He's constantly trying to go out there somewhere, like the song. So he's definitely a Gryffindor. Mufasa. Yes, Mufasa. I'm trying to think of, I mean, obviously the lion, so I'm not going to try and go with the obvious here, but I'm trying to think of him and Scar together. I feel like Mufasa, and with Simba as well. Mufasa is very much status quo. He's very studious and has so much leadership. You know what? Let's just go with Gryffindor because I can't not see past him being a lion, and the other characters from Lion King we have in here have a little more to them. I mean, obviously he's super brave. He took on an entire stampede. I don't want to get into that scene, but yeah, Gryffindor. Doug from Up. Doug is definitely a Hufflepuff. I think most animal-like sidekicks of that don't talk are Hufflepuffs because they're so loyal. Doug was so loyal. He I'm just thinking of the thing. I hid under your porch because I love you. That is such a Hufflepuff thing. So he's definitely a Hufflepuff. And a cute one at that. Alright, let's see. Oh, we have Moana. Moana is 100% Gryffindor. I'm not going to go into many specifics. Moana is definitely a Gryffindor because she definitely wanted to go out there where the line meets where the sky meets the sea because it called her, and she was very brave but also super reckless. So, Gryffindor. I guess I went into specifics. I'm sorry. Alright, Simba. Oh, Simba. I think Simba, he definitely has a Gryffindor redemption arc, but I feel like he started out as he's definitely kind of a Hufflepuff in the middle of a movie where he's just, you know, Hakuna Matata, no worries. Like, he's definitely there, but I feel like he's definitely a Griffin Puff, but dominantly Gryffindor because he ultimately goes back to fulfill his destiny. So, sorry, I'm not trying to sort everybody into Gryffindor. It's just really hard. Disney has their story and character arcs and they stick with them. Let's see. Scar. I mean, definitely a Slytherin. like very textbook, cunning, ambitious, will get to the top no matter what it takes. Sorry, don't want to put bad guys into Slytherin, but, you know. Alright. Ooh, Jafar. Again, Slytherin, ambitious, very cunning. He turned to literally what I would call the dark arts in Agrabah to get to where he wanted to be. Anna! Oh, I love Anna. God, I think Anna's 100% a Hufflepuff. I know she's breaking out on adventure and stuff, but she's such a Hufflepuff because she just wants to make friends, find true love, stuff chocolate in her face. She's such a Hufflepuff. I can't. Hufflepuff. Ariel! I mean, part of me wants to say Ravenclaw because she loves learning about the human world, but a Ravenclaw would not be as reckless as Ariel, so I'm gonna say Gryffindor because she disobeys her father, follows her heart instead of her head, and just, she does first and thinks later. I don't even think she thinks later, so definitely a Gryffindor. Zazu! Oh, I love Zazu. I've got a lovely bunch of coconuts. Zazu is definitely the Ravenclaw of the Lion King. Like, he's very much logic-minded, thinking, no, we don't need to go into the elephant graveyard. No, we can't do this because bad things will happen. Super logical. He's definitely the scholar of the group. I think that's our first Ravenclaw. I'm sorry, Ravenclaws. Mushu! I like Mushu. I think Mushu, I mean, not just because he's a reptile, but I definitely think he would be a Slytherin because, again, he's very, very ambitious, wants to redeem his spot back with the guardians of the family. Very cunning with how he's doing it. He wasn't thinking about, we need to get Mulan home safe so she doesn't get caught and executed for everything she did. I want to see how this can make me look good as a guardian. So very very Slytherin. Oh, we got the Genie. Oh, you ain't never had a friend like me. Try not to sing because I don't want to get copyright. Let's see, what about Genie? That's so good. I mean, he's definitely a Hufflepuff with how loyal he is to... I mean, I guess the loyalty is kind of a given through it all. Genie's actually kind of a hard one. You know what? I'm gonna go with Hufflepuff because you ain't never had a friend like Genie, and you ain't never had a friend like a Hufflepuff. Merida. Not gonna overcomplicate this one. Literally, the name of her movie is Brave, so Gryffindor. Esmeralda. Dance, Esmeralda, dance. I love Esmeralda. She's probably one of my favorite characters from Hunchback of Notre Dame. And I'm going to put her in Gryffindor because she was very much about social revolution and righting wrongs and sticking up for the little guy, and she's definitely the very like social justice aspect of Gryffindor. Yzma! I'm gonna definitely say Slytherin because she and Kronk are definitely a Slytherin Hufflepuff pairing. She has a little bit of Ravenclaw in her with all like the science and everything, but he's definitely very Slytherin with, she has a goal, she's a very ambitious goal, she wants to be the Emperor, so she needs to do A, B, C, and D in order to become the Emperor, and yes, very much Slytherin. Rapunzel. Oh, she's so cute. You know, a lot of people would think she's... She definitely has Hufflepuff. Don't get me wrong, she definitely has like a she's definitely a percentage Hufflepuff if you're thinking percentages, because, you know, she loves baking and she loves Pascal, but she's also she's definitely Gryffindor because of her character arc and story arc. I'm sorry, Disney has one character arc. I'm just kidding, it has several, but she's definitely wanted to get out of that tower and wanted to see the floating lanterns and to pursue her dream. So, Gryffindor. Oh, Kristoff. I'm gonna say Hufflepuff solely because of a meme I saw that said, as a Hufflepuff, I identify with Kristoff because I too would go on an adventure with a stranger and immediately start judging their love life. So yes, Kristoff is definitely a Hufflepuff, to go with Anna's Hufflepuff as well. Belle. Now, I've always wanted to put her in Ravenclaw, but I feel like a Ravenclaw would have just stayed in that library. They would have just stayed in the library. A Ravenclaw wouldn't have cared what's in the West Wing. They would have been so happy with those books. So Belle's definitely a Gryffindor because she wasn't satisfied enough with everything else in the castle. She had to see what was in the forbidden section. Like Harry Potter, restricted section in the library, and everything else in the castle. Winnie the Pooh! I'm not gonna overcomplicate it. He's definitely a Hufflepuff, so wholesome, loves honey, so loyal to his friends. Winnie the Pooh. Now we have Prince Naveen. Prince Naveen. I'd say he's very... You know, it'd be easy to put him in Slytherin because of how he was only interested in Tiana because she was he thought she was a princess and got her to kiss him. But I would think there's some Gryffindor in him as well because he's super reckless, kind of arrogant like James Potter. So I would say he's definitely like James Potter type jock Gryffindor. Ursula! Now, Ursula... I don't want to put all the bad guys into Slytherin. It's really hard not to. But Ursula, very cunning, very ambitious. She wanted the crown, and she knew the only way to get to Triton was going to be through Ariel, so very cunning. So, I'm sorry, Slytherin. Elsa! I'm going to say Elsa is very Ravenclaw because everything she does is backed by logic from what she learned. And also how she and Anna interact. Anna and Elsa are definitely like a Hufflepuff Ravenclaw duo. She's definitely very led by logic. She only ran into the mountain because she wanted to get away from people because she knew that she couldn't hurt anybody if she was away from them. Little did she know, obviously, that her powers were out of control. But I think she has a lot of Ravenclaw in her. Is it because she wears blue? Mulan! Gryffindor. I mean, do I need to explain further? Alright, we're getting down to the last group. Still have quite a few, though. Ed from Lion King. God, I don't want to put him in Hufflepuff because that seems insulting, but he was just so happy to be there. Like, he wasn't in it for power. Maybe he was in it for food. Or because he was just loyal to his sister and brother, but Ed was just there because Ed was just happy to be there. So I'm sorry, Hufflepuff, you could have Ed. Mother Gothel. Slytherin. I'm sorry, but definitely very manipulative and cunning, and the only way she could get what she wanted to be young forever was to kidnap the princess. Spoiler alert if you've never seen the movie. Kidnap Rapunzel, keep her in a tower, and tell her the world is so bad so she'll never leave. So that takes a lot of cunning and just doing anything you can to meet your end goal. I feel bad. I'm trying not to put every villain in Slytherin. Stitch! This one was very highly requested. Very commented a lot. So Stitch, I think Stitch is a Gryffindor because he's very defiant, very adventurous, trying to figure out where he belongs, but eventually because I think of him thinking I'm lost, he's trying to find his family and trying to find Ohana, and I think that's very Gryffindor to find the place where you belong, so I think that's Stitch. We got Tigger! Oh, I love Tigger. I feel like I'm between Gryffindor and Hufflepuff because he's definitely very loyal to his friends, but he's also super adventurous. I'm gonna go with Gryffindor, not just because he's in the cat feline family, but because he's just so adventurous and hyper. Olaf! I mean, Hufflepuff. What else would Olaf be? Nani from Lilo and Stitch. I feel like Nani is very motherly, very much a hard worker, so she's definitely a Hufflepuff. I think Hufflepuffs have a lot of maternal or paternal instincts. They work very hard and they try very hard to keep their family or friends together. So that's Nani. Cinderella. We got Cinderella here. And Cinderella, I feel like, I don't know if I would say she's a Gryffindor or not. I mean, obviously she defied her stepmother and went to the ball, but she also had help along the way. I felt like I'm thinking of also the live action, she remained kind through everything. So I want to give her a Hufflepuff because only a Hufflepuff would put up with that kind of crap. And would stay kind through it all and not bitter. And yeah, so I think she's a Hufflepuff. We have Goofy! Gosh. My boyfriend does a really good impression of Goofy. But yeah, Goofy I would say is the Hufflepuff. I'm thinking about him, Mickey, and Donald all together. He's definitely the Hufflepuff of the group. Very goofy. Yes, Goofy is very goofy. But I'm also thinking of how good of a dad he is when we get into the Goofy movies with his son Max. And just how hard he works to be a good dad for Max. So definitely a Hufflepuff. So it looks like we have about 5 more in here. I'm sorry this video is a lot longer than I was expecting to be. I thought I would try and get through it quick, but you know. So now we have Jasmine. Jasmine's definitely a Gryffindor through and through. She is not a prize to be won, and she's not going to stay behind the palace walls. She'll sneak out, and I think a Gryffindor would definitely have a pet tiger. See, we have Vanellope Von Schweetz from the game Sugar Rush and the movie Wreck-It Ralph. Vanellope, man. I feel like she's a Slytherin. Like a definition of a good Slytherin. She has a glitch, but she uses her glitch to her advantage in order to get ahead of her competitors. And she knew in her soul she is a racer, and that's an ambition of hers. So I'm going to give her that. And definitely a Slytherin would not want to be a princess. A Slytherin would definitely want democracy and to be president. Lilo and Stitch. I think Lilo's definitely a Ravenclaw. I think that she did everything very scientifically with Stitch. She's like, this is your level of bad, this is your level of good. You can see your bad is very high. Or doing voodoo, saying my friends need to be punished. Or giving Pudge the fish a sandwich because He controls the weather. So I think she's very Ravenclaw, very eclectic, very too much to the beat of her own drum. So Lilo is definitely the Ravenclaw to Stitch's Gryffindor. And we have two more. We have Princess Tiana. I want to say Princess Tiana is definitely a Hufflepuff because she believes in the joy and rewards from hard work. She doesn't want anybody to hand her anything. She's kind and fair, and I guess there's something along the lines of her being a dang good cook and opening a restaurant, because obviously Helga Hufflepuff was known for her recipes. So I think Tiana is definitely a Hufflepuff. And last but not least, the one who started it all. I didn't plan it like this. The one who started it all, Mickey Mouse. It all started with a mouse. Mickey is definitely the OG Gryffindor because I wanted to put him in Hufflepuff, but he's always so brave, trying to save Minnie, and even with like the early cartoons, he was always the hero saving Minnie. So he's definitely the OG hero, and we have a lot to thank him for basically making Disney what it is today. Thank you so much for sticking around to the end. If you're still here, thanks for hanging out with me today. And a huge thank you to all of you on TikTok who submitted these characters for me to sort. I was so excited to see such a overwhelming response to my TikTok asking for them. So I'm constantly astonished by this little community that I'm building. You guys bring so much Lumos to my life, and it just makes me feel so happy to be surrounded by such awesome Potterheads. Okay, getting a little too cheesy here. So if you agree or don't agree with my sortings, please let me know down below where you would sort the characters you disagree with. And if you have any other characters, leave those down below as well, and I'll sort them and respond to as many comments as I can. And yeah, I guess that about sums up this video. So thank you for bringing Lumos to my life every day, and let's continue to live Lumos every day. Bye.